Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Spiritual View. Thank you for joining us live, and we are so excited to be with you this evening. We have the beautiful Jen from the Awakened Jen Tarot, Dawn from Astrology and Tarot Alchemy, Wendy, and myself as your host this evening for the Spiritual View. So welcome. We're delighted that you've joined us. If you are new to the channel, we are a collective of soul sisters, and we're only missing Marsha this evening. Unfortunately, she had issue with her family. She could not be with us, so we are sending Marsha a lot of love and support right now. And we are merging our magic together. So thank you for creating this community with us. And we are excited because we've now come over the 1,000 membership mark. And so please like, subscribe, and share. And we are very grateful for you to be here this evening. So just a couple of announcements before we get going. We have started an Archangel series on Mondays of each week, and we've rolled out 3 Archangels so far. I believe it's Metatron, Michael, and Gabriel. And so we have another Archangel event coming up next Monday on the 21st. And so stay tuned because we'll be doing those for the next couple of months. They're fun, they're short, very informative, and hopefully you can find those resonating with you. On April the 27th, it's a Sunday, Dawn is going to be leading the new moon ritual at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll be sending out some information that allows you to pop on and join us for that ritual. So we're going to talk tonight, as usual, around the astrology of this coming week, what's been going on, what the energies are, because we've all been feeling it. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll do our usual pulling cards for the collective, as well as pulling cards for you who joined us in the chat. So if you do want a reading, a card pull this evening, if you would put a heart in the chat, we would invite you to do so. So as usual, once we start, we do a grounding. So I'd ask everyone just to close their eyes and just to settle in your chair wherever you are. And we're going to take a nice deep cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Once again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just continue to relax into your body. Relax, breathe deeply, breathe in love, exhale what no longer serves you. We're going to envision this evening that we are in just a very warm and safe space with a blanket over us, sitting by a fire. We feel toasty, cozy, warm, maybe even a little sleepy, and we're just really relaxing our body. And we're focusing on the energies of Venus this evening. And we're going to focus on the vibration of love. I would ask each of you to think about something that you just love unconditionally. A memory, the birth of a child, holding that child in your arms for the first time. The new puppy that came home from the shelter and laid in your arms. Whatever this memory or this experience or this person or persons is, connect with that vibration of unconditional love. It brings joy to your heart. It makes you smile. And it just is. It's just beautiful. And as we connect to this beautiful vibration of love, we recognize that we are divine and we are loved by the divine. We are source energy. And as we connect to these beautiful memories and experiences and people in our lives who have brought us unconditional love, to sit in that beautiful vibration for a moment. because love conquers all. It connects us with above, with heaven and the divine. It connects us below with Mother Earth. It grounds us. It helps us know that we understand what this vibration truly feels like. And we are one with one another in this beautiful vibration. We are holding the light. We are holding hope. This vibration is serene. It is confident. It is loving. It is kind. It is compassion. It is joy. It is wonder. It is magic. Feel with your heart all the beautiful things that love brings to you in whatever form that means. As above, so below. And we are all connected through this beautiful vibration and raising the collective consciousness of our community around the world. Take one last deep breath in, really deep, and exhale. All right, you guys, that's called a spiritual love bomb. So, we're clear, and I'm going to turn it over to Dawn, who's going to lead us through the conversation around the astrology. Thank you.
So how has everybody been feeling this past couple days with, I will say again, if you haven't had the chance to look at the full moon video, go back and do a burn and just watch that section, right? And get that clear out as many things as you can. We are moving forward. Venus is moving forward, hitting the North Node. So is Saturn. Plans are being put into action. Neptune is now in Aries. Neptune is not used to being in Aries. Neptune is used to this nice water energy, and all of a sudden it's in a fire sign, and it's only been a couple days. And it feel like we're not used to this? There's an energy that it's just not quite comfortable, right? And even with Mercury going over the top of Neptune, it's like, not everything has been quite illuminated yet, I feel like. I do feel that we've been receiving gifts in because the North Node has been talking to Mercury, talking to Venus, talking to Saturn. And I think part of what we're going to be doing is finding out what those gifts are, because I think they're at such a level that we don't know how to use them yet. And we were talking earlier about how we feel like all the readings this week have been very much about step into your gifts, believe that you can do it, believe that you have that power. I think a lot of what I feel is there are new things that are coming in that we've never ever had before, and so we don't know how to use them. And we're going to be learning that. Saturn's also about learning, and it's the North Node. So I think this is probably what we're going to be moving towards and learning, is this energy of what our gifts are for. Mercury's also about learning, and that went over Neptune. So I think, to me, it feels like learning our spiritual gifts and how they're going to open up. They may just, they may be the same gifts, but now they're on a different level. And we're like, what is this? So I think people are going to be going to MJ's thing this weekend, the conference this weekend, and they're going to be talking about mediumship and gifts that are opening up. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity for people with the everyday things that are going on to really follow those breadcrumbs that are out there about what your spiritual gifts might be. Listen, songs on the radio, different messages that are going to be coming through, and it can be from somebody that you don't even like, right? They'll say something and you'll be like, wait a second, that meant something to me. It didn't mean anything to them, but it meant something to me. So there's so much of that going on right now. How do you guys feel about all of this? I mean, it's really crazy energy, unexpected.
Yeah. I think we were talking earlier about how we're seeing so many people be ungrounded because it's hard to be grounded and centered in the energy because it's just like this. And if you don't have the spiritual practice of meditation and grounding yourself and protecting your energy, you can really get pulled out of the center. And so I'm observing people around me, and even me trying to be pulled out of the center, and how much discipline it takes to stay grounded and not be triggered and react to all the, the polarity of the energies, and just to stay calm and peaceful. And you can imagine for people who are not spiritual and don't have the context, just how much of a challenge that is. And people are just kind of spouting off everywhere. And you can see it, around you, or at least what I'm experiencing at the moment.
And like I had told you, I feel like there's this energy of needing to get something done, but I have no idea what. And so like that Neptune and Aries, that seems to make sense as to what that would be, because you said it was 176 years. Is that what you said?
165.
165 years. So none of us have experienced that.
No.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just definitely weird feeling like we're kind of riding a wave and we're just kind of bobbing along and seeing where we end up, But I was saying too, it's it also feels like there's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of directions we can turn now. Where I know earlier in the last few months, I felt very much like every direction I turned, it was a roadblock, and now that's opening up, and there's a way forward, but it's just not a clear way forward, So just kind of having to take some small steps and kind of, dip our toes in and see, okay, does that feel okay? Does that seem right? And I do feel like we're starting to have, some forward momentum. It's just really slow, and you can't see the end yet, so it feels unsteady.
Yeah.
But
and Angela just talked about anxiety, and Angela, whether it be physical, career, financial, I think many of us are feeling the anxiety ourselves, but also the anxiety of people around us, our family, our friends, and just the instability. So I think we just got to stay strong, and absolutely that energy is out there. I think we're all feeling it.
Yeah.
And also, part of what people should be doing with Neptune and Aries is moving their body physically to release some of that energy. I believe strongly in walking in nature. It is scientifically proven to lower your blood pressure, to do those kind of things. And so just taking the time out for yourself, I have been expecting that there's going to be a lot of job changes for people. Just because of, you have the AI stuff going on, you have all of this new energy coming in, I think there are jobs that are going to be created that we don't even have an idea of what kind of jobs we've never heard of it before. Somebody graduating from high school now, I have no idea what they're going to be doing in 5 years. None. We are going to be moving in to an energy when Uranus moves into Gemini, it's going to be a very quick, innovative, things are happening super fast kind of energy. And I think that's why we've been encouraging everyone to be in their spiritual practice and kind of get used to, like, okay, the water's getting a little fast right now. Let me just take a second, climb back in the raft and just hold on a moment while I catch my breath before I take another dip in the water. I do feel that we still have big changes coming, but I feel that the North Node being hit by all of these planets is guiding us to a better, higher thing, but Pluto breaks down things. So we do have to have a breakdown of the old unsustainable stuff before we can get the new in. So I feel for you, Angela. And honestly, I think you're not the only one that's going to be in that predicament. I feel like bigger businesses are going to have a lot of issues with things. But this is where being a part of a community is really, really important.
Yep.
Yes.
And your local community, as well as the community here, where you can feel supportive, and we're here to help you get through things as best we can. I mean, the energies we can tell are really kind of unsteady. Neptune is at home in Pisces. Neptune stepping into Aries for the first time in 165 years. And it's only been a couple days. It is not used to it yet. It's going to take a couple months. And then it'll do a retrograde back into Pisces at 29 degrees this fall. And then move back in. And then it should be much more comfortable energy with more gifts coming in with it. That's what I believe. I believe that when it loads back up at 29, it's going to be like, okay, they're ready. And then it'll move forward again. And when it does that, then that spiritual warrior energy will kick in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's interesting in the comments, I saw, Denise, where you've been doing planting out in your garden. And I think we had conversations earlier before we went live that I think, Wendy, you pulled the card yesterday or today. And then last week we pulled the 7 of Pentacles, I think all week long, around we're all planting seeds, but we haven't necessarily seen it manifest in our physical reality. And it requires the P word, which is really hard for me to say, but patience. And that we've got to continue, because oftentimes people want to quit before they see the silver lining or the breakthrough. So if anyone has experienced planting the seeds, doing the work, but yet not necessarily seeing it come to fruition, it is there. We just haven't actually seen it with our physical eyes.
Right.
It's all under the surface right now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like you just think about the roots just really getting in there right now. So that's what we're not seeing.
But we're so close to the surface of the dirt and ready to sprout out. You know, it's like we're right underneath. And so it's like we can't see the sun in front of us yet, but it is there. It's a time of, you know, kind of having that faith, you know, and knowing like it is there. It is going to come to fruition. It's, just having that patience. It's really hard because we want it right now, especially when we feel like we've been waiting for so long, right? Yeah. And it's just like been like, come on, when is something going to move? And now we're starting to feel that movement. It's like, okay, I'm ready. Let's have it. Let's have it here. But it's not quite ready yet. It's, you know.
Yeah. So now it's the planting season, not the harvest season.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Now, Dawn, you had said that there was a transit that was causing a lot of mass awakenings right now. Was that the Neptune transit you were talking about?
I think that is part of it. You are going to have Uranus. Uranus is going to be in a trine coming very quickly especially when it moves into Gemini. It will be in a trine with Pluto. That's Uranus in a brand new sign, and Pluto in a new, still at the beginning of that sign. It's not going to leave that sign, but it will go back, I believe, to like 1 degree. It's going to go to like 3.49. And then on May 4th, it goes retrograde and then will come back again. But that energy of, you have the very beginning energy, and then you have Neptune as part of that, right? So you have this trine energy between Uranus and Pluto, and then you have Neptune in Aries, sextiling them both. So it's considered a small grand trine. That will do it right there. And right now it's close enough to feel, but you know, you do have 2 of them that are in the fire sign, which is Neptune, and the air sign, which is Uranus. We're just waiting. I'm sorry, air sign, which is Pluto. We're just waiting for Uranus to step into the other air sign to create that exact trine. It's called, so it's a one full trine and 2 sextiles. So, and those are going to be really tight. They're going to be really tight. So it's going to be really transformative, unexpected, spiritual energy. That's what I feel. And that's when that'll be of all things, July 7th.
We got it.
7/7.
Denise,
7/7.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Which
do you
lines
think
up with
maybe
what we've kind of been talking about, like towards the summer, and especially that 8/8 portal, because I'd been feeling that one was really big for us this year too.
Yeah.
But didn't someone say is that a 7/7/7 year then? Are we 7/7/7 or 20? Well, if you just use a
We're
25.
9. Yeah.
Okay.
It would be 7/7/9 this year.
Okay. But
all right. Are we
that we
ready to start the collective? Okay. So we're starting with Wendy.
Okay, so for the question for the collective, let me find it here. And we have it. Is what is ready to move forward now that nothing is holding us back? And by nothing holding us back, we mean with everything being direct right now. So we don't have any retrogrades. Okay, so using the Mystic Sisters Oracle deck, I pulled the Raven Goddess. And the Raven Goddess is about messages and omens. It says, the raven's mythic status across many cultures is that of a shapeshifter and a mediator between the worlds of the living and the dead. They are messengers from the beyond and are bearers of an omen. To have a raven's knowledge indicates the ability to see beyond what is visible to the eye. The raven is one of the wisest of all animals. Drawing this card increases your ability to pick up on cosmic symbols and whisperings. It is a subtle talent that develops over time through our direct experiences. Stay open-minded and try to observe details that are often overlooked and dismissed as irrelevant. I'm definitely feeling that, being called to kind of really pay attention to what's going on. And even if we don't understand it right now in the moment, I think looking back, in a few weeks or months, and we look back to this time, it'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah. Now that makes sense. Yeah. Now I see how that fits, and, just, and having that connection and that knowledge. And we were talking about, what's beyond the visible eye. Again, it's like that, us being just under the surface and we can't see that sun, but, we're ready to poke through the soil and be open to seeing it. So it's having that faith and knowing that it is coming. It is coming. So that really resonated for me. I hope it did for you guys as well. Suri.
Okay. I am pulling from the Gaia deck. And so the question again was, what's ready to move forward now that nothing is holding us back? So I pulled this beautiful card. It's a 43, which reduces to 7. So here we have another 7, which is very sacred and holy. It's around intuitive communication, silent whispers of the heart. So this is all around trusting our intuition. It's very much like the high priestess energy that Jen pulled on Tuesday around, we have got to pay attention to our gut, our third eye. And again, for example, it could be a gut feeling, an unusual or unexpected thought, or a subtle and silent whisper that seems to flow from your heart. But in order to develop this innate gift, you've got to pay attention. So part of this is we've got to stop long enough to be silent and to actually hear the messages of the heart. And sometimes, and I'm the guilty one here, you just get going, and you're on autopilot, and you let the noise around you I'm not sure what the word is here. You can't hear everything around you because of all the noise. And so Spirit is asking us to get quiet and to pay attention to what is our heart and our third eye and our gut telling us, because there's a lot of intuitive communication coming to us right now, and there is no reason that we should hold back. Trust your intuition. It says, whether you know it or not, there's an aspect of you that is in constant communication with all of creation. You are therefore also in constant communication with everyone and everything. All you need to do is to expand this wonderful ability within you. Trust your vibes, trust your instincts. You are about to discover and open up a whole new way of being. So if you felt stuck or that you couldn't hear the messages, part of that is getting quiet to hear. And Dawn, you suggested getting out in nature is a perfect way to really connect with our third eye, with our intuition, but recognize that the gifts that want to open up are really coming through our psychic awareness and opening up, just like the high priestess. So there's nothing really holding us back but our own limitations. So that is another message coming through this evening, and I'm going to turn it over to Jen.
Okay, so I'm pulling with the Soul Coaching Oracle, and my card is the abundance. So all of those seeds we're planting are going to pay off, even if we don't see them yet. So we have open yourself to receive. Avalanches of abundance are waiting to flood your being. Everything is blossoming and bearing fruit now. The prosperity you seek is yours. Your soul wants you to know abundance is your birthright and is coming to you in many ways, including money, energy, time, and love. Have faith and release any fear of loss or lack, which are only perceptions. There is an abundance of everything. Give deeply and fully without fear. And the more that you give, the more you'll receive. It's a universal law. The Creator desires that you prosper in all areas of your life. A windfall is coming. Align your vibration with the energy that which you desire to manifest. Whatever you focus on will grow in leaps and bounds. As you focus on gratitude for the abundance that you already have, your prosperity will increase. So affirmation is, all of my needs are met above and beyond my greatest expectations. And so you've got to hold on to the knowing that even if you don't see it in the 3D yet, it is coming. You've done the work, you've planted the seeds, and you've done everything that's necessary. You're watering it. You're doing everything that you can right now. And so it's now, like Cerise said, it's just a matter of patience until it actually comes out into the 3D, because things manifest first in the spiritual, in the 5D first, before they're going to come out into the physical. And so it's already there. It's because it wouldn't even be in your awareness at all if it wasn't somewhere out there ready to be manifest. So you've got to hold on to that so that they can line up for you. All right. So we're moving forward with Dawn.
Wow. I'm kind of awed by this. The Shaman's Dream Oracle is one of my favorite decks. And what came out was the Dragon's Hoard. And I'm getting downloads like crazy right this second. This is some of the stuff that happens when you stay tuned in. Birthright. Jen said birthright. And that is absolutely the truth. We have cleared out and a lot of us have cleared out some ancestral wounds. We've been working hard at doing this. And now we come into our true birthright and gifts coming forward. So let me just, number one, I love that it's a dragon because I'm a dragon person, but this is the energy. And there's also a keys that are here. So I think that's very important. And the other part of this message will come out as I read. There's just a few sentences that really struck me here. In the dragon's hoard, jewels and precious objects scatter the ground, while ancient scrolls inscribed with the wisdom teachings lie within reach. Know that the hoard does not belong to you, it belongs to our grandchildren. The dragon guards the legacy of the future. So I think what we are seeing, or we're feeling happening, is we're not going to maybe see all of the results of the seeds that we're planting right now. That will be coming out in the future. Our job is to guard that energy and to take good care of what we've planted and really step into our ancient wisdom and not be distracted by shiny things, because that's not where the true wisdom is. So this is about your ancestors and your future progeny. You are going to be, even if you don't have children of your own, you are setting an example for what is coming when these gifts all open up more and more. You're a teacher, you're a healer. And what gifts you give will be accepted by the next generation and made even bigger. So with that, we will start back over and go back to Wendy. Oh,
I was so in just paying all this attention to what you're saying, and I forgot I was next. All right. So I felt that I needed to pull a card for Venus for advice from Spirit. And as I pulled this card and I look at it, it's really, it is for Venus, but it's also really for all of us. So from the Sacred Destiny Oracle, I have courage. Step forward, throw your shoulders back, and stand up for yourself with passion. Speak up for those less fortunate. Be impeccable in all your actions. This isn't the time to be timid and pull back. Don't be limited by the beliefs of others. Use your passion to make a difference. Courage doesn't mean that you aren't afraid. Fearless means fear less. Acknowledge your fear and take action anyway. Make a stand. You are strong and powerful and have great valor within you. I think that's something that we all need to hear. And, I hit on this too in my reading this morning of, it's time to accept the gifts that we have and acknowledge them and stand in our power and really just own it, and don't be afraid to share our gifts with others. I mean, that's why we're here, to help ourselves, to help others, to stand in that power, to, raise the collective vibration. I mean, this is it. This is the time we're being called to. And so I feel it. I feel it very strongly. I feel like I have this this constant hum inside of me, this vibration, just that's kind of wanting to come out and come through. And so, yeah, we stand together, we stand tall, we are strong. So, all right, moving on to Sari.
Okay, so I'm going to read tonight for Donna Witten. Donna, hope you're still with us. And I am pulling from the Shaman's Dream. Dawn, you like me. We love this deck, and the messages are absolutely beautiful. So for Donna, I pulled the Joyful Muse. Now, I want to focus, first of all, on the 33. And the 33 is a master number, and it's the Christ consciousness energy. And it's just a beautiful, pure, angelic Christ energy. And I was actually in the records this morning reading for someone, and the Christ consciousness energy came through with Yeshua or Jesus, which was really crazy. But the vibration is so high that you can barely hold it. And my ears were ringing so loudly. It was absolutely painful. But this is around Joyful Muse, Donna. Inspiration, the gift of play, inner child. And Donna's been doing transcendental meditation. So she's been doing some really serious work. And you have been doing the work, girl. And so the Joyful Muse invites you to be more playful, to have more mirth. I love that word, mirth, and joy in your life. You may feel that you've become boring to yourself, even as others continue to find you quite fascinating and interesting. Circumstances could have dulled your edge, but it's time to change. Not the things around you, but your attitude. Blow a morning kiss to yourself in the mirror. Smile to a stranger. Wink to a child. Be mildly but elegantly inappropriate. So the Joyful Muse is a source of inspiration, a wild and disruptive feminine force that compels you to invite more pleasure and delight into your life. Give yourself permission to be mischievous. The Joyful Muse often comes at a time when darkness prevails and the future might seem uncertain. Embrace her gifts. Be playful without being silly. Invite the child within to come out for a play date, and she or he will help you to return to your innocence, the place of never been there, never done that, as if it is the same routine you wake up to every morning. So Donna, again, I I think the 33, yeah, Denise, absolutely, the 33 resonates for her, but it's telling you you've been doing the work. Celebrate, let your inner child come out, be joyful, playful, because that is going to even enhance your vibration even more than what it already is. And so you're in a beautiful vibration, but continue that, but take the time just to let your inner child come out and be fun and playful. And even if it's for a day or a weekend or an afternoon, please do so, because it's just going to bring you a lot of dividends in terms of your energy and your path forward. And I think that's actually a note for all of us. We've been experiencing a lot of heavy and dense energies and a lot of polarity and changes. Let's all find our inner child and just celebrate and be little kids and be innocent. And let's do that. Let's make a promise for this weekend, this Easter weekend, that you take a few moments just to be a little kid, just to do something fun. But Donna, that's your message. What a lovely message for you this evening. And it was an honor and a privilege. Thank you. And I'll pass it on to Jen.
So something I am doing this weekend, Suri, is I'm doing an egg hunt for my big kids. So my kids are 14 to 22. So they're not the little kids anymore, but they still like egg hunts and candy. So I'm still doing it. All right. So I have pulled for Angela Banks. And I'm using the wisdom of the oracle for you. And I've got the card TikTok. And the first message that I got as I pulled this was, you're right on time. You're not behind. You're right on time. So when humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future is ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order were all happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life that you desire. So release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. And so I think this is one of those cases where it's like, it's not showing yet in your 3D, but it doesn't mean that there's not a lot happening under the surface getting ready to come to you. So you're right on time. You're not behind. You're right on time. All right. So next is Dawn.
Hi, I am going to be doing Shirley Schultz Myers, and I'm using the same deck because it is like so gorgeous. This is Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. What is it that lights you up? Do not wait for a map, as there are none, to where you are destined to go. Few appreciate the energy of the drifter. Here you might not seem to be doing anything worthwhile or meeting someone else's expectations, but you are the only one who understands that others are running full out on the hamster wheel and getting nowhere. Your laziness is an underappreciated virtue. You know that life will find you and bring you everything you require without your having to search for it, by simply being instead of frantic doing. And I feel like that is such a true message right now, is that take the time to do the things that you love to do, experience the moment. Manifesting doesn't have to be hard, but you do sometimes have to wait for Archangel Michael to put things in the right place at the right time. So get off the hamster wheel. Let yourself take some time to just enjoy the quietness around you and move forward from there. You don't need a map, and you'll be able to manifest what you need. Doors that seem like they're slammed shut are opening windows somewhere else. So just keep that energy with you, that you don't have to know where you're going right now. Just enjoy the journey. So I will pass it back to Wendy.
I love that. I love that card. All right. So this is a card that I pulled from the Alice the Wonderland Oracle for Lucy. And I got a 21 card, which comes down to a 3, which is, again, on the same track of manifesting. This is the right way, learning to create what you desire. So wanting to get through to the other side of a situation, a desire to walk through a gateway or a life transition to become an insider rather than remaining on the periphery. Wanting to have an impact, to be included, to be a part of the activities, and to have an influence on the world. A willingness to learn step by step. I feel like it's a lot of us are feeling that. Like, okay, I'm right here. I'm ready. I'm on the edge. Like, when's it going to happen? Like, I've been preparing. Let's have it happen. So I think it's just kind of, validating, like, it's recognizing, yes, I see you. I see that this is where you're at. It's okay. You're right where you need to be. Okay. So I take some solace in that things are moving forward as they should be, and you're on the right path here. Okay. So on to Suri.
Okay, I'm the tale of two Donnas tonight. So I'm going to read for Donna Marie and our second Donna of the evening. So I pulled from the Oracle of the Seven Energies, Donna Marie, and this is a beautiful card. It's called the Power of Purpose. And it's quite similar to Wendy's card, but I'm going to read this to you because, girl, it's asking you to step up. It says, individuation, seeing your unique place in the world, a clear sense of authentic purpose, healthy self-esteem, letting go of conditioning, and celebrating your uniqueness. There comes a time, Donna Marie, when you realize that you are destined for something that is yours and yours only. You may be experiencing a catalyst, and they said it could come with an experience with a special person, maybe a path that you choose, or something that you just feel called from your heart to do. You will discover it's not necessarily what you thought it would be, and it has nothing to do with what anyone else around you thinks about this choice. There is an uncanny conviction taking hold from somewhere very deep and true within. You feel a sense of power arising from a true sense of self, accompanied by a need for action, a commitment to explore something new. So there is some sort of push for you with this card with purpose to step into a new empowered state of your purpose in being the authentic you, Donna Marie, and doing it with gusto, with self-esteem, releasing old conditioning. There's no need to be self-conscious or act to please anyone else. This is all about you right now. So if you feel called, whether it be, a new step in your career or a new relationship or a change in how you want to be in the world, then Spirit is saying it's time to step up and just go for it. It's time for you to be empowered in this new authentic state of purpose and being. And again, this is a beautiful card that says it says exactly what Wendy just said. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. So it's just time to own it, step it up, and get your game on, girl, because it's ready for you and you're ready for it. So whatever's coming your way, we can't wait to hear, but you got this. And what a positive message. So I'm going to pass it on to Jen. Hope you enjoyed that.
Okay, so let's see. I have pulled for Michelle K. And so I used the Soul Coaching Oracle for you. And the card we got is light. And the energy that I felt just looking at this is like, this is you just like above all the drama. Like you have ascended so much that it's like nothing can phase you. You're just in your essence, in your being. And it's like, you're just letting whatever happens around you happen because you know where you've got your solidness within inside of yourself. So you are the light and you come from the light. You illuminate the world. So rejoice and remember who you are. You have a physical form, but that's impermanent. At your source, you're luminescent. Lighten up and don't take things too seriously. Now is the time for you to shine and remember who you are and where you came from. Your essence is radiant light. This is a good time to clear clutter and get rid of anything that you don't love or use. Clear out physical, emotional, and mental junk in order to make space for you to shine even brighter. Affirmation: my light radiates through my life and the world around me. And so, I mean, you are the light in whatever situation you're in. You're setting the tone of every space that you're going in. It's your vibration that is like setting the energy. And so you don't have to worry about anything that's going on around you. Like I said, you're that swing up above all of it. So you've done good. And I think we've had this with you before. Like, you really leveled up this year. And so I'm super proud of you that this is still like showing up in your energy. All right. So next is Dawn.
Hello, I am reading for Spirit Dragon Tarot. Hello, Denise. And your card that came out for you was Detox, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. I really like this because it's really about releasing. So when the Detox card appears, it challenges you to discard the deep, dearly held judgments you have passed over yourself and others. Release the people who you feel wronged or offended you. Recognize that they mirror the shadow aspect of your own soul. Only then can you call from your life the toxic people you have allowed into your inner circle. So I think that very much definitely talks about what the full moon did with us. We were releasing those toxic relationships and toxic people pleasing. And we also need to release the stories that we have told ourselves that we can't do it, that we're not good enough. That is part of releasing that me-tox energy going forward. So I think that is something that you need to look at. Do not feel that you can't do it ever. I know you're opening up to a lot of new things that I know she's been read by all of us in one capacity or another. So she's been getting a lot of information lately, which I think she's absorbing in. But I really think that part of what you have to accept is that you are perfectly capable of doing this, and don't let your mind tell your heart that you can't do it. So I feel like that is very important energy for you. The other thing is open, because I want to tell everybody I am going to be going to a class in England because I got a wild hair with the astrology this week. If I told you what my chart looks like when I'm going to be there, you won't believe it. But it's a great opportunity for learning. And so, Ed, I'm going to be there the first weekend in May, or the first full weekend in May. So hello, if I can have tea or coffee with you or something. But step out for all this new energy that we're having going forward. So I'll turn it back over to Wendy.
Okay. All right. So this last card I pulled for Natasha. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, and I'm sure I just did. But you know who you are. And this one's for you. Okay, so I pulled from the Mystic Sisters Oracle, and I got Urania. So I don't know. This card makes me think of Dawn. So I don't know if you need to book a reading with Dawn or just really look at your astrological chart or what. But Urania is about philosophy, knowledge, and intelligence. Urania is the ancient Greek muse of astronomy. Her energy is directed toward endless expansion of the mind. She represents the enthusiastic and dedicated student with an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. When we take the opportunity to expand our knowledge of any particular subject, an interconnectedness of all truths can be recognized. When drawn, Urania encourages you to travel in your mind, imagine other possibilities, and playfully philosophize about alternative reality maps. She encourages further education or using the knowledge you've already obtained to its fullest potential. So yeah, I feel like maybe this is some gift that is coming to you, and you need to, pay attention or really look at your chart. I feel very strongly. For me, this is a huge message, like somebody's yelling in my brain, just like, look at your chart, look at your chart. Yeah, book with Dawn. She has a message for you. There's something important you need to know about your astrology. Okay, so check it out. All right. On to Serene.
Okay, so we had the tale of two Donnas. We also had the tale of two Shirleys this evening. So I'm going to read for Shirley Mills, and if you're still with us, hi Shirley. And again, just some great messages that they're all very consistent. And this is from the wisdom of the hidden realms. And Shirley, I pulled for you tonight the Rainbow Prince, which is all around compensation and perseverance. It says, when the Rainbow Prince appears as your ally, he reminds you about the law of compensation and the law of receiving. It says, you've been in a rainstorm and you've endured along the journey, and it's time for the Rainbow Prince to bring you a pot of gold. And I think this is a message for many of us, because this goes back to the conversation we just had around the Seven of Pentacles. We're laying the seeds and we're planting the seeds, and we're waiting for the shoots to come up above the surface. We just haven't seen it yet. And Shirley, what this is saying to you is you have done the work and you're doing the work. And many of you are doing the work. We just haven't actually seen it manifest in the material third dimensional world around us. And what this card is saying, persevere, because you will be compensated or you will be rewarded for that hard work. But you also have to align yourself with the energy of receiving. So many of us are designed as empaths to be givers, not always receivers. And so as you're doing the work, part of the harvest, once we start to see the shoots, and I can't wait as we get weeks and days out from this, I want to hear people's stories of what shoots are you actually seeing come up, and are you receiving some of the benefits? So this card, Shirley, is telling you that this Rainbow Prince is going to bring you that pot of gold, baby. But you've got to persevere. Do not give up, because you might feel like you're not making progress and that you're swimming, you're taking 10 steps forward and 14 back, 2 steps forward and 10 back. But the reality is you're making forward progress. And for anyone that's out there, Shirley included, if you're feeling that you just need encouragement to keep going, do the work. Head down, chop wood, carry water. The pot of gold is coming, and the Rainbow Prince is going to bring this compensation as reward for having done the work and persevering. So again, it's a beautiful message tonight to Shirley, and for all of us not to give up, and to know that the shoots are going to bloom very soon, and it's coming. So please do not give up and have that hope, because the pot of gold from the universe wants to be delivered to you. It's a beautiful message, Shirley, and what an honor to read for you this evening. And I will pass it on to the beautiful Jen.
Okay, let's see. I am pulling for another Michelle. So I'm doing kind of what Ceree's doing. We're doubling up. Okay, so I've pulled with the Soul Coaching Oracle for you, and we have the Sanctuary card. And so what I got is that right now you need to get your answers from yourself. You need to go within. You don't need to be looking too much outside of yourself to get your clarity, because I think outside of you, you're going to get confused. Inside of you is where your answers are at. So go within and find your inner refuge. Be a safe haven for yourself and others. Step forward with grace, deliberation, and thoughtfulness. Take moments for reflection. Your soul wants you to know it's in times of retreat and inner sanctuary that you can truly hear the voice of your soul. Create a space of beauty in your home that feels sacred and holy, and spend time there or in nature, carefully listening to your inner voice. If you've been pushing too hard or struggling to keep going, this is the time to be still and nurture your internal world. Draw nourishment from the wellspring inside of you. Think carefully about decisions that you make at this time and proceed with care and deliberation. Retreat, reflect on your heart's true desires, and access your divine guidance. I am divinely guided, gently, and lovingly. And so, like I said, I just feel like that right now, outside of you is going to put you off center. And so you really need to be connected to yourself. Your answers are within. It's not outside of you. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and move forward with Dawn. Okay.
Hello, I am reading for Peggy, and hopefully you're still here, Peggy. The other thing is that I have to say is, Wendy, that message was also for me, because Urania, being the astrologer, astronomer goddess, when I am going to be on my trip She is sitting right on top of my Saturn in Aquarius, which sits on top of my South Node. And as everybody knows, the whole past life astrologer thing, yeah, boom. And on my North Node is the asteroid Karma. And Mars and that weekend will be at 6 degrees where it's stationed of Leo, which is directly across from my moon. So I'm going to be learning a lot of astrology. Things are going to be sinking in. But the fact that Urania showed up and was like, remember, you're going to be learning a lot. So this is for Peggy. And I feel, Peggy, that it feels like you've had a rough kind of week going, just energetically. Just from the card, when I pulled it, I was kind of like, this is not our Peggy. This is kind of like, it's been one of those weeks. So when this card appears, it is a sign that you need to find your way home, back to your source and center, relying on your intuition to arrive there. Be wary of signs telling you to turn here or there, or to avoid this or that person or situation, because the outward indicators are not reliable right now. Be careful not to believe all the advice you are receiving. Rely instead on your innate sense of direction and guidance, and use your homing instinct to lead you true. So it may lead you to get more information from your guides, find out what you're being called to do, because I feel like that is coming. I think that is part of that compass energy, that North Node, like the North Star energy coming forward. So I think that is really a gift that is coming open for you. I think a lot of people are getting gifts now that we're still figuring out how to open. It's like one of those magic boxes that you have to figure out how it opens before you get the prize inside. And right now we're stumbling around trying to figure out how to open this Chinese, box. So hang in there. It's coming. It's coming. So with that, back to Wendy.
Actually, it'll come to me to close
Great.
out. So
Okay.
again, wow, great messages. I mean, the synchronicities between all the messages are incredible. What beautiful messages for all of us. Please persevere and do not give up. Be open to what the universe wants to bring you through your third eye and your intuition around these new gifts that perhaps we don't even have a name for yet. You are doing the work, and you're going to be rewarded with that pot of gold in whatever form that comes from the universe. I just decided to pull a last card from the Archangel deck to close us out tonight. And I pulled her last week, so she keeps coming up. And this is Archangel Faith, who is the twin flame of Archangel Michael, no stranger to any of us. And I'm just going to read you this because I think it's a great send-off for the weekend. It says, with faith, you are invincible. Believe in yourself. Michael is the bearer of truth with power, while faith carries a divine feminine aspect of faith with wisdom. When you connect with her energy, I'm getting the chills here, she enhances your clarity of purpose and your knowing. Here we've been talking, your knowing. She fills you with trust. Remember, Denise, you said trust the universe. And I actually pulled that card yesterday. Trust and faith so that you can succeed. Faith is the most powerful energy in the entire universe. With total faith, you are invincible. We don't need to say anything else. We are just so grateful and thankful for this time together. Have a blessed weekend wherever you are around the world. And again, we will be back with you on Monday with our daily videos. We will also have the next series in the Archangel series, which I believe is going to be Sandalphon. So stay tuned for a great conversation around Sandalphon. But until then, we wouldn't be here without all of you. We're building this beautiful community, and we are growing together as one voice, as one soul group. And we are just incredibly honored that you would spend time with us this evening. And again, be safe, be in the vibration of love, and we send you with love and grace this evening. Thank you so much.